why the far right are really emerging across Europe, really for the first time, as you mentioned in your introduction, for the first time since the Second World War. And obviously they are largely based on local issues, but I think there are trends really that follow all far right parties across Europe. I think that broadly I would say kind of fall into three main areas. The first I would say is the poor socio-economic conditions that have resulted from the Great Recession, from the COVID pandemic and the economic fallout of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And really over the last 15 years, voters across Europe have trusted mainstream parties to try to resolve those. And now ultimately electorates haven't really been happy with the results. So of course they are turning to populists who basically offer false, very quick fix solutions, which sound very tempting to voters, but in reality actually make things much worse. I think you also have a sort of movement within far right parties themselves who kind of have essentially decided to have quite cosmetic change in a way to basically market themselves to be kind of less synonymous with the traditional far-right narratives, let's say, that we saw in the Second World War and the symbolism, while maintaining their existing ideology. So, for example, instead of talking about racial purity, they now talk about cultural identity. So I think, that has kind of been a process of detoxification to kind of market themselves to appeal to a wider audience, which is clearly working. But I think there's also this other element, which is really, over the past 20 years, we've seen an emergence of a kind of unregulated social media, which has really created safe space for the far right to actually project their narratives and really to radicalize populations in which way they weren't doing before. So I think the kind of chain reaction of all of those together has led to this surge in the far right.